All right, I do have right here a Toyota heavy-duty machine. The actual model is the Super J26, and it says here SP200 series. First of all, it looks very dusty. I'm going to go ahead and clean it, but at the end of the day, I'm going to be testing this machine out because this machine actually, I did buy it because it did say that it was supposed to be a super, jeans machine. We're in a time now where the heavy-duty machines are very, very trendy. You go onto the internet, you go onto Amazon, you go onto the big marketplaces, you see different kind of machines, and they just, easily write on this machine that this is a heavy-duty machine. You really never can tell if this is just now a marketing strategy or it's actually supposed to be, really heavy-duty. I actually bought this machine because right here in front of the machine, it says Jeans Super. And this was at the time where I was still so fascinated with actually working with jeans fabric. At the time, I was actually sewing a lot of jeans shirts, and it was just something that was kind of interesting for me back then. I needed a machine that could really, really, do the job. I didn't want to break the bank. I didn't want to break the budget. I felt like if this machine says Super Jeans, it should be able to actually do the work, I bought it for. But fast forward to 2025, things pretty much changed quickly. I never ever got to use this machine, to sew any jeans. This machine has just been lying down somewhere in my warehouse. And every year I keep telling myself, I'm going to take a look at this machine. I'm going to bring it out, try it and see what this machine can do. But never was I able to, actually get to this stage. This is the backstory, just to put you in the know. But then today, I was taking a look at Amazon and I pretty much realized that the heavy-duty machines are back, and then I was wondering, could it be that this heavy-duty thing is just a marketing strategy? Because sometimes when I take a look at the machines that are being advertised as heavy-duty, I do not get that impression that the machines are actually heavy-duty. They look pretty much light. I have since moved on. I do use now a Yuki sewing machine, and I kind of like the performance of the Yuki machines because it's an industrial sewing machine, very powerful, can pretty much do a lot of stitch in a very short time, and the machine has actually worked so well for me. But then when I take a look at these machines that are being sold as perhaps jeans or heavy duty, they feel so light and you do not really have this heavy duty feeling. Perhaps the heavy duty thing may actually just be in the motor, of the machine, the power that it has. But then I just said to myself, you know what, instead of thinking I'm just wearing myself out, I'm going to finally bring out this machine today. I'm going to clean it up. I'm going to be trying this machine with a denim fabric just to see how far this machine is going to hold up until the needle breaks. All right. Like I said, we are actually living in a time now where you go onto the internet, you're going to be seeing a lot of stuff being sold to you at different prices. You never can tell when people are actually using this name as a marketing strategy. Anyone can make a machine now and just easily put a label on it and call it heavy duty. And then you are searching on the internet, you find a machine like that, you go ahead and buy it, only to bring it home. This machine is not able to hold up with your expectation, because when you are buying a heavy duty machine, you expect that the machine is going to be able to sew, some layers of jeans. I'm not saying that the machine is going to be able to sew like 100 layers of heavy jeans, but then it should be able to at least, keep up with some 3, 4, 5 layers of jeans. And if that is not the case, then the machine in this case has no business, being called heavy duty. I'm pretty much aware that this is the time where a lot of people want to go ahead and upgrade their sewing tools. The Christmas celebrations is over. The New Year is over. Now we're pretty much in March. You are telling yourself, I really do think I want to get an upgrade. And you are pretty much right now in the market. You are taking a look around. You are seeing a lot of machines. And at some point, you are even confused. But the thing that you do know is that the machine that you're about to buy, it's a heavy duty machine. One thing that you have to do is to make sure you actually do your due diligence. Take a look at the machine that is being sold as heavy duty. Go onto YouTube, go onto the internet, take a look at the reviews, and be sure that you're actually getting the correct value for your money. I'm going to go ahead and plug this machine now. First things first, I still have to thread it. So I'm just going to bring out a thread that's hiding here, and then I'm going to go ahead and quickly thread it. I really never used it. I hope it wouldn't actually be very complicated to thread. The beautiful thing is that there's actually, a description of what you have to do, to get this machine threaded. All right. Okay, I pretty much have the machine threaded, so I just have to bring out the thread that is below it, and then we are actually ready to run our test. But I still do need the motor of the machine. Just going to go ahead and grab, as well as grab the fabric I also intend to use. So this is denim fabric I've got. I'm not going to be using everything, so I'm just going to go ahead and slice out a little piece of denim fabric. This is light denim, just to put it in perspective. In case you didn't know, we have gotten different types of denim fabric, but this actually is the lightweight denim fabric. As you can see, it's not a typical heavy-duty denim fabric. This is just very light, and I'm just going to go ahead and test this machine, using this lightweight fabric, and see at what point the machine is actually going to give up on me. So what I want to do is to start with just doubling the fabric, just like that, and go ahead and actually make a stitch. Because of my positioning, I really cannot put this on the ground because this table is kind of very wide, and this foot presser is not long enough to be on the ground. I'm going to try to use my hands to actually press on it, and hopefully I can actually direct the machine. All right, the machine is actually showing a zigzag stick. Like you can see, everything still pretty much looks very fine. But then I'm going to go ahead, take it out, and double the fabric again. All right, this is 3 layers, and this is the 4th layer. I'm just going to put it and see how it performs. Okay, like you can see, I'm sewing on the 4th layer of this light denim fabric, and so far the machine has actually sewn very good. I've not had any strange behavior from the machine. The stitches are still looking very clean, and the needle is not breaking yet. Okay, so matter of fact, I can actually go ahead and increase, the thickness of this denim fabric. That is the 5th layer, and perhaps that is the 6th layer. Okay, I'm just going to double it twice again and then put it on the machine. Actually go ahead and sew. Beautiful performance. Until now, I still do not have any cause to worry. So if the project you are trying to sew is that requires you to have, how many layers do we have at the moment? We're just going to cut through so that I can actually count it correctly. We've got 1 layer, we've got 2, we've got 3, we've got 4, 5, 6 layer of lightweight denim fabric, and this Toyota Super Jeans machine is still working the way it should. So I'm going to go ahead and double it again. Just going to cut that off. Like I said, I actually want to know at what point this machine is going to give up on me. So right now, we are still very much, in safe areas. So I'm going to double it like once and 2 more times, and then put it once again and try to sew. So now I still have, very good performance, even though the stitches are becoming a little bit not so perfect. But this is not my goal, because this I can actually fix by just readjusting the tension on the machine. I'm actually going to take a look at what point this machine is going to cease to be able to sew through this fabric. Don't forget, this is a light denim, but then if I was sewing very thick denim, I pretty much think that by now things would have been much different. So I'm going to go ahead and give the material even more folds and put it on the machine. At this point, I do not know if we are still able to hold up with this machine, but we just have to see. All right. The machine is still sewing through it, and I see that the performance is pretty much very good. And if I try to double it one last time and just see if this is going to be possible. First of all, the presser foot is not high enough, but then we have this beautiful feature that makes it possible for us to, raise the presser foot like that. Okay, gonna sew again. Oh, and at this point, we actually lost, the needle. All right, so the needle is broken, and there's just no way for me to continue sewing. But then at this point, the machine was still able to actually sew through. So I'm going to count the number of layers of denim fabric. So I'm just going to cut that out like that. And I'm going to cut this also. So we can actually count it properly to know how many layers of denim fabric we're able to sew through with this machine. We've got 1. And that's the second layer. And that's the third layer. That's the 4th layer right here. Okay, and that's the 5th. I'll cut this off. That's the 5th layer. That's the 6th and the 7th layer. 8th layer. 9, 10, 11. So this machine right here, I can pretty much tell that, look, this actually is meeting up with whatever was written here, super jeans. Of course, this is not the thickest denim you can actually have, but I do not think that a lot of you will be actually sewing something like this for your normal domestic project. But then, like I said in the beginning of the video, if you ever have cause to buy, a heavy-duty machine, please try to take a look and be sure that whatever has been advertised in the machine actually matches your expectation. It will be very, very disheartening if you spend a little budget that you have buying a machine and then you bring it home, the machine can actually not perform, in the way that you want it to perform. This is a very decent machine. In case you are wondering, this video is not sponsored. I just felt like because it's trendy again now to have a domestic machine like this, called heavy duty. There are different manufacturers. You've got Toyota, you've got Singer, you've got Faf, you've got Yuki. Quite a number of them out there in the market. I felt like this is a good time to actually remind you again and say, look, not everything you see out there actually qualifies to be called, a heavy-duty machine. Do your due diligence so that you will actually be getting the best value for your money. Until I see you again in the next video. Peace.